Hi everyone, today we are in Kankan and we are heading to Conakry. So I'm going to Conakry for a Christmas vacation. Now this is our route, this is the main road in Guinea, and you will see the condition it is. Now it's about 400 miles, which is the same distance between Charlotte, North Carolina, where I'm from, and Washington, DC. But this road it's not going to take the same time. Most of it is not paved, and the parts that are paved are really messed up. So we will see how it goes. Google Maps actually says 12 hours and 43 minutes we will arrive there. I've never done it in less than 14. So we'll see how that works, how our time matches up to the time we have on Google Maps and all. And we just gotta play it by ear. These transportation situations are never good. It's never a fun time, but hopefully this will give you a little perspective on what it's like. Yeah, so we'll be stopping with you at a couple different stops along the way, and we'll tell you kind of how we think about travel. I'm here also with two other volunteers, Maggie and Landon.
Kankan is the capital of Haute Guinea, a region found in the east. It's actually the third most populated city in the country and is the nearest city to my site. Our first leg is from Kankan to Crusoe, which is only about an hour outside of Kankan. On our way, we'll cross the Niger River, which starts in Guinea.
So we have officially arrived in Crusoe. Crusoe is about an hour out. I don't know too much about Crusoe. We just mostly use it as like a waypoint along our journey. So yeah, we're about an hour in. It's 8:46 or so right now, so we're making pretty good time.
Our next checkpoint is Dabala, which is about 5 or 6 hours outside of Kankan. Driving through this stretch, there aren't many villages, so you'll see the true Haute landscape.
We have arrived in Dabala. So Dabala is like 4 hours, 5 hours outside of Kankan? They're not listening. 4 or 5 hours outside of Kankan, and we usually stop here to get lunch and get something to eat. So we are here eating riz gras, and it is just afternoon, like 12 o'clock-ish, somewhere there. So we'll stay here for 20-30 minutes and then keep on heading. Next stop is Mamu. Yeah, put that live on there. Wow. You guys happy?
Yeah, I'm excited to eat.
Food time. God, it smells so good.
On our way to Mamu, you'll see the landscape start to change from the plains of Haute to the mountains of Fouta. This is evident not only in the landscape, but also the turns in the road. Though we've kept up with the time estimated by Google Maps up until now, this is when we'll start slowing down.
Mamu is literally the crossroads of the country. There's the road to Kisidougou heading down to the forest, the road to Conakry heading west, the road to Labe in the north, and finally the road we came from to Kankan heading to the east. This is also the road that eventually leads to Bamako, the capital of Mali. So we have officially arrived in Mamu. It is around 16:30, 4:30, 4:40, which is a little later than we usually like to be here. We usually like to be here, what we say, 2:33, like somewhere in there. It's a good range. So that's definitely a worry. We'll see how it goes. Nothing we can really do now. We're kind of at the mercy with the chauffeur here, and he's doing an okay job, but yeah, so next stop will be Linsan, and Linsan's about 2 hours from here. Linsan's also the border between Basse-Côte and Fouta, which we'll talk about in a bit. But I don't think we'll stop here in Mamu. Just passing through. This is also where we had part of the steam camp. So if you remember the steam camp vlog, part of that was in Mamu. Anyway, back to the road.
Mamu's about halfway through Fouta, but our next stop, Linsan, will take us the rest of the way through. This is probably my favorite stretch of the drive when it comes to the views. The section of the road right outside of Mamu runs along a mountain ridge, which creates some stunning views, especially if you pass through at the right time.
So we've officially arrived in Linsan. It's around 6 o'clock, so timing's not great. But first a little bit on Linsan. Linsan is lunch town, they call it, because when you're going from Conakry to Cancan, this is where you stop for lunch. We got a friend who's here, another volunteer, and it's a nice place. It's a cool place. So timing-wise, it's a little difficult now. It's getting a little late, but we're still pretty close to Conakry. There's not great places to stop. I mean, the ways we mitigate this are knowing our taxi drivers, and we know the road very well by now. We've done it a lot, and we're in a group, so we're mitigating these kind of the stressors and the dangers of traveling at night as best we can. But it's not easy, and Peace Corps doesn't always help us out with all that. So it is what it is. So Linsan is actually where, when we first traveled across country for site visit over a year ago.
Oh God.
The Linsan incident.
The Linsan incident.
So Maggie and I are in the same stage, and we traveled across country after our site visit, and the bridge at Linsan was down. And this is the only road through the country, so all traffic was stopped here. So we were stuck here for like a day, and people were stuck in this traffic jam for a week more even. Same thing happened with Koya. That was on my Instagram story. But anyway, that's not normal here. That's not like normal Guinea stuff. But
no.
Yeah, it's very weird circumstances. So don't let that. But it happens. Yeah, I mean it happened both years while we were here. Koya and then Kindia.
Well, it's rainy season.
Yeah, during the rainy season.
Rainy season, like.
Messes everything up.
Yeah.
Everything's défoncé. All right, to India.
It's about this time that exhaustion usually starts setting in. At this point, we've generally been in the car for many hours, usually fairly cramped and uncomfortable, but that's just how travel works sometimes. Kindia is a cool city, though. It's the fourth biggest city in Guinea, and actually the city where I shot my documentary with Windrock International.
Partenariat agricole, le programme à venir a été lancé en juillet 2017 dans le cadre Service agricole Guinée.
The final stretch of the journey always feels like the longest. Usually it's dark or becomes dark during this stretch, and we're so tired that we've just accepted it. The worst part is actually arriving to Conakry, because while we've technically arrived at our destination, there's still a good bit to go. Since Conakry is a peninsula, all the traffic is concentrated into two roads. Kilomètre 36, the intersection you have to cross to get into Conakry, is always a mess of cars going every which way at all hours. After passing through 36, it's a solid hour or two more until we reach the Peace Corps office in Conakry.
All right, we're officially at the Peace Corps house, which is right there behind me. It is 1:05 in the morning. I'll leave the math for later, Colt, when I actually edit. But yeah, see, it's the last little bit there. It's always coming into Conakry. The traffic's so bad. There were so many gendarme stops that were checking our paperwork and stuff. So that's travel in this country. So I think we significantly surpassed our 12 hours and 43 minutes that Google Maps said. But you know, it is what it is. Anyway, if you thought this was interesting, go ahead and give it a like, comment what you thought was interesting. Let me know what you thought. This one I'm kind of excited for because of the cool map animations and whatnot. So we'll see what you guys think about all that. And then subscribe if you're not already. Many of you are not, so get on that. And share it with a friend. And I'll see you next time. I'm gonna go to bed because I'm exhausted. Yeah, see you all.